guys, welcome back to Simplemachine. I am Bree, the marketing coordinator here, and I'm sitting down with our president, Sean Morrison.
Hey guys, what's going on?
So today our topic is going to be the 5 things that can hinder your website's performance. So by now you should know how important websites are for your business. They're necessary to be competitive, and so we want to make sure that your website is up to date, it's running, and it's performing enough for you to be competitive and have a great website and impression for people viewing your website and your business. So this vlog is for businesses that already have a website, or if you're looking to create one, these are things that you should be looking for. And the first one is going to be just a hindrance that can hurt your website is improper use of plugins. So can you talk to us a little bit about that and how that affects speed and the outdated ones, stuff like that?
Yeah, definitely. So we at Simplemachine, we are a WordPress agency. So we use WordPress, which is built with plugins. Those plugins are different pieces of functionality that tie into your website, contact forms, maps, all different kinds of things that can display different things or different functions, do different things for your website without necessarily having to code a whole bunch of things. However, it is proper use to only use plugins that you need, and so we find a lot of companies try and use all these plugins to do all of these things when it's very simple to just code that piece, or just do something without using a plugin, without using that tying that website down with weight and speed. And so we're here to really help clean up a website, clean up those plugins, make sure you're only using what you need. We have an essential list of plugins that we use for things like SEO. Those are essential, making sure your website ranks, filling in like Yoast SEO tool is a great tool to use. That's a plugin that we use on all of our websites, and things to help speed up the website, stuff like that. But you really don't want to get bombarded. You don't want to bombard your website with too many plugins, and in addition to that, you have to keep them updated. So if you have 20 plus plugins, you have to keep those updated all the time to keep your website running optimally, to keep it secure. And so that just becomes chaotic, and your website can quickly become outdated and inoperable sometimes if you have too many plugins that conflict with each other, that aren't updated individually themselves, that when WordPress updates, they become outdated. And so we're here to help you manage those plugins, manage your hosting environment as well. If you were to move over to our hosting platform and those types of things, that is part of our service here at Simplemachine.
Yeah, so let's talk a little bit about SEO. So this should be something that benefits your business. It helps your website be seen by people searching for things that's like what you do or sell. So this should be something good, but let's talk about how the wrong SEO strategy could actually hinder your website.
Definitely, yeah. You want to really make sure you know what you're doing when it comes to SEO, because you can really tank your website. You can do incorrect things, you can do outdated tactics, spammy tactics that really are going to hurt you as opposed to help you. And so we're here again to help you as an SEO partner. We are a Google partner as well, making sure that we know everything when it comes to Google SEO and what they are looking for, what their algorithm is updating, and all that kind of stuff. And so we're here to help make sure your website is up to par when it comes to SEO. And so we see a lot of companies that are still using meta keywords that are very outdated. They don't do anything anymore, and things that maybe they use the same keywords over and over again. Using too many of the same keywords can be a problem. So really, we do audits, we do scans of websites to make sure your website is on the good side of the SEO and is trending that way instead of going down. And so we can run an audit of your website and see what it looks like kind of under the hood, to see what you need to fix to get it kind of ranking and trending upwards in Google.
Yeah, absolutely. Consulting a professional when it comes to SEO is so helpful because there's an endless amount of things you can learn and do for your website with SEO. And so that's what we specialize in here. So the third thing we want to talk about is just to give it time when it comes to your website and doing all these things that can better your website. Can you tell our viewer just, why they should give it time?
Yeah, definitely. You need to have patience when it comes to ranking a website, when it comes to SEO, Google. When you launch a website for the very first time to your startup, it's going to take weeks, sometimes months, for Google to really take notice of that brand new website and for it to even show up in search results, even if you're typing in, your direct business name, which no one should be doing, other than you or your partners and stuff like that. So you really want to give it time. It's going to take time, and it's going to take time to build it up. So even once you start getting those rankings, you probably aren't going to be extremely satisfied with where you initially rank, unless you're in a very very competitive, or very niche market, to where you're not gonna have a ton of competition, and so the internet is filled with websites nowadays. So any new website is gonna have a lot of work to do to get it to really rise to the top. But there are approaches. There are good approaches and there are bad approaches, and we take those good approaches, and with everything that's good, with everything that's worth anything, it's going to take time. It's going to take, kind of like building a plant or a garden. It's going to take time to kind of grow, and so that's kind of how you need to think of the organic side of your website, and building that up with content, with blogging, over years worth of time to really see that ranking start increasing.
Yeah. The last thing we want to talk about is branding. Branding is so important for your website, and so you don't want someone coming to your website unsure of what your business does or provides. You want it to be clear with your content, your photos, your branding, everything. So can you tell us a little bit about how poor branding can hinder your website?
Definitely, yeah. Your brand is the most important thing when it comes to your website. Having that immediate recognition when somebody comes to your website and notices, your logo all over your website in different places. When you come to our website, we have, of course, our logo in the corner, but we have, our Jeeps that we have signed with our logo, and, then pictures of us with our shirts on with our logo. And so as you scroll through, organically too, you don't want it to just be your logo pasted everywhere. Use your logo within imagery, and maybe it's the backdrop of when you walk in your clinic, you have your logo behind your desk, or maybe it's your signage outside of your building. Use those to your advantage, and make sure people know when they come to your website who you are, as well as what you do. So your brand is an extension of your services or your products, or vice versa. And so making sure people can connect immediately what your brand is and what you guys do with that brand, and an ability to immediately contact you, whether it's service-based business or immediately purchase a product, whether it's a e-commerce based website. And so having that clear brand, that clear image, clear representation of who you are, having a good about page, team pics if it's relevant, all that stuff is very important. The culture behind your business really goes a long way nowadays, especially in the virus days where that we're in currently of COVID, where there's less personal interaction, and so your pages go a long way in representing who your business is, as you can't have someone maybe in your store as you used to, or coming through to see your office or whatever it might be. So definitely have a clear brand image, clear message of who you are, mission statement. All of that stuff behind the brand is very important when it comes to your website. And having that, not having that brand image is just going to have people, your bounce rate's going to go. People aren't going to find what they're looking for, and they're not going to be clear of who you are or feel like you're a strong business to connect to, because your own brand is not strong enough when they visit your site.
Yeah, so an updated website is so important for your business to remain relevant and competitive. So all the things that we've mentioned are great things that you should be looking for. And if you're looking to just create a website, revamp the website you have now, or just manage it, those are all things that we offer here at Simplemachine. So we'd love to help you out with that and keep you competitive and relevant in your industry. So give us a call and subscribe below to see more videos just like this. And thanks so much for watching.
Thanks, guys. We appreciate you watching.
Thanks.